Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. So, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 11th Adhyay of the Vishwarupa Darshan, and now, Blessed Lord, Sri Bhagavan, Krishna is talking to Arjuna. Krishna is telling, after Arjuna requested him, he pleaded with him, please come back to my original, to your original form. Please show me your original form. That beautiful four-armed form of the Vishnu with that gada in one hand, the chakra in another hand, with that beautiful crown on your head. And Arjuna is in a way expressing his devotion to the Lord, because it is only the great devotees who get this vision of four-armed Vishnu. It is only the great devotees who see the Lord in his full splendor, not that Vishwarupa. And Krishna had told him that this Vishwarupa, that which you had seen, no one has seen it earlier. It is only because of my grace, since I am pleased with you, I displayed that wonderful universal form to you by giving that divine sight. Otherwise you would not have seen. Nobody can see. It is only possible because of my grace, my mercy, because I am pleased with you. Maya prasannena tava arjuna idam rupam param darshitam atma yogat. And this rupam param, this supreme form of mine, the supreme cosmic form of mine, I have exhibited before you, I have displayed before you out of my yogic powers, Atma Yoga. And since I am pleased with you, Maya prasannena tava arjuna idam rupam param darshitam. That's why you could see that rupa. But if you see in reality, that rupa which is tejomayam, the rupa with that form, all the radiant form, all that splendor, all that glorious form, tejomayam, vishvam anantamadyam, this universal form of such a brilliance, such a teja, such a illumination, such a brilliance, such a radiance, such splendor, which is infinite, which is limitless, ananta, and it is primeval. This form, yanme tvadanyena na draṣṭuṃ. Nobody has ever seen this form before you. That is what Sri Krishna has showered his mercy, showered his grace, showered his blessings, because Krishna is pleased with his beloved disciple, with his beloved friend Arjuna. So that is what Krishna says, that you are the unique person. Krishna on a few occasions had exhibited this form he had exhibited this form to his parents, Devaki and Vasudeva, in the prison of Kansa after his birth. And he has kind of assured them, don't worry. I who am born to you, I am your son, I am not going to be with you henceforth. But this is my real nature. That he had shown it to his biological parents, Devaki and Vasudeva. He had also given a glimpse of the universe in him to his foster mother Yashoda. When he had eaten something and Mother Yashoda was so much frightened whether my child has eaten some stone or something, and she wanted to, with great anxiety, she asked him, Krishna, open your mouth. What is there in your mouth? Let me see. And that infant, little baby Krishna, smilingly, he had just opened his mouth. And what did his mother saw? What did Yashoda see in that form, inside the mouth of her beloved child? Entire universe she saw. And she had the realization. But still that maternal instinct, that maternal love, that maternal affection, that maternal attachment, she could never get rid of. She always used to scold Krishna, she always used to love Krishna, she always used to punish Krishna, she always used to run after Krishna. So Krishna said to Arjuna, you are the only one who has actually seen this form. Nobody otherwise in this universe is capable of seeing it unless I wish so. Now Krishna says, how is this form? How can this form be seen? How people can attain to this form? And Krishna says, na vedayajñādhyayanairna dānairna na kriyābhirna tapobhirugraiḥ evaṃrūpaḥ śakya ahaṃ nṛloke draṣṭuṃ tvadanyena kurupravīra. Oh Kurupravīra, now Krishna is telling him, Krishna is addressing Arjuna as Kurupravīra, the great among the Kurus. Kuru is a clan, all these Kauravas, Pandavas, Pitamaha, Bhishma, then the fathers of Kaurava and Pandava, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, all these people, they belong to the Kuru lineage. And Sri Krishna is referring to Arjuna as the greatest among all the Kurus, even greater than Bhishma for that matter. He is addressing Arjuna as Kurupravīra, the great hero of the Kurus, who is going to main instrument in winning this Kurukshetra war for Pandavas. So he is a great hero of the Kurus. And to this Kurupravīra, Arjuna is telling that na vedayajñādhyayanairna na dānairna. Neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrificial acts, all those sacrifices, those yajnas, or by performing various acts of charities, giving alms, giving gifts, dānairna. Na vedayajñādhyayanairna na dānairna cha kriyābhirna na tapobhirugraiḥ. Neither by performing any rituals, doing this puja, that puja, or even the ugraha tapobhihi, the severest of austerities, standing on one leg for years and years together, standing upside down, or performing all those severe austerities like sitting in fire. All those ancient rishis and munis, all those enlightened souls, they had to undergo all these severe austerities. Why only the rishis and seers of the ancient times, even our holy mother Sri Sarada Devi, she had performed that panchatapa. She had performed that austerity, severe austerity with 4 fires, sitting with 4 fires around, and the 5th fire, sun, blazing sun on top, burning in that area of the 5 fires, panchatapa. 4 fires on the 4 sides, and sun, blazing sun on the top. She did that Panchatapa sadhana. She did that severest of austerities for 1 full week. Not for herself, but to set an example before the humanity that yes, these things are required at times. Now Sri Krishna says even such severest of austerities if performed, you won't be able to see my universal form. Of course, Ma Sharda never had to do that Panchatapa to see that form, because she herself was the Shakti of that form. So Sri Krishna says, neither by studying Vedas, nor by performing Yajnas, nor by offering gifts and alms and things in charity, nor by performing rituals, performing pujas, performing archanas, or by severe austerities. Evaṃrūpaḥ śakya ahaṃ nṛloke, in this world of men, world of human beings. To see my this form is just not possible even by doing all these things. Even by doing all these things, tvadanyena kurupravīra, oh kurupravīra, no one else other than you has ever seen this form of mine. By performing anything they may do, they can't see this unless and until maya prasannena. If I am happy, if I am pleased with the devotee, if my grace showers on the devotee, then only it is possible, and my grace has flowed to you. Not just in parts and bits. My grace, my mercy, my blessing has showered to you in its fullest measure. That's why you could see. That's why I gave you that divine chakshu, that divya chakshu, that divine sight, and you could see it. You could behold my universal form, my cosmic form. Otherwise, it would not have been possible for you at all. Like nobody in this universe, nobody in this nṛloke, in this world of human beings, in this universe of human beings, nobody can see me by doing any of these things. So Sri Krishna very categorically told him, you are the luckiest, you are the most fortunate of all the human race here, that you have seen. No other one has any access to it. It is password locked. They cannot access it. They cannot access this form of mine. They cannot see this form of mine. I have locked the password, and by giving you that divya chakshu, by giving you that divine sight, I have opened the password for you. You could see me. That is the only way of seeing this form. Not by studies, not by studying Vedas, not by offering gifts, not by performing yajnas, not by performing ritualistic worships, puja, not by doing any kind of severe austerities. It is not possible. In this world of men, what you have seen is absolutely unique. Oh, great among all the Kurus. So all the meritorious acts mentioned herein are good in themselves. All the meritorious acts, like studying the Vedas, then performing yajnas, these are all the meritorious acts. Offering charity, offering gifts, offering alms. And so each and every act, 5 of the acts that Krishna has mentioned in this verse, they are all good in themselves. Of performing worship and doing austerities, it is excellent. But the results that you get out of these activities, by studying the Vedas, you can get knowledge. You can get the theoretical knowledge of Brahman. You can find the way to reach the Brahman. You can find the way, but it won't take you to Brahman. It can only show you the way. The rest of the things you have to do, and you have to depend on the mercy of the great Lord. That is the ultimate. Without mercy of the great Lord, that liberation, that nirvana is just not possible. So all these acts you do, you get the suited benefits for those acts, but not the vision of the Vishwarupa, not realization of the ultimate truth that you cannot get. You will get whatever is limited fruit attached to that karma. You want to perform 10,000 japa with some motive in mind? Do it. You may get it if Lord is willing for that. You may get all the material benefits. You may get all the health benefits if Lord wishes. But not the vision of the universal form. That is out of question. They are all conducive to spiritual growth as well. All these acts, they take us forward. They take us forward on this path, but not to the end. They will only take us till the end point. They will show us the path. Okay, this is how you do. This is how you do. It will give a standard operating procedure. All these paths, all these activities that Krishna has indicated, they will give us the standard operating procedure how to attain liberation. But the act of liberation, the act of knowing the Brahman, the act of knowing who I am, what is my relationship with the Paramatman, that is possible only with His grace. But the practice of all of them, but in practicing all of them, egoism prevails to some extent at least. The egoism cannot be removed by performing these. It will diminish, no doubt. It will help you in diminishing the ego, but getting rid of the ego, getting rid of that wretched I, what Sri Ramakrishna used to term as the kacha ami, that wretched I cannot be done by any of these activities. In fact, it may bloat the ego. I have done the japa for 50,000 recitations. I have done this, I have done that. It may in fact bloat the ego. It may turn us into highly egoistic state. So if we have to get rid of that kacha ami, as Sri Ramakrishna used to refer to this unripe ego of ours, which is the main cause of our destruction. If we have to get rid of this, we have to depend on the mercy of the Lord. And only when this wretched ego, this unripe ego turns to paka ami, to the ripe ego, to the fruitful ego, that is when is any chance of getting that Vishwarupa darshan. But in the practice of all these activities, egoism prevails to some extent at least. Individualism, however refined it may be, has its own limitations. Till the time we are associated with this individual, it is not possible to attain to that state, to that state where the Lord can shower His mercy and give us the divine sight to have the vision of the Vishwarupa. But when a devotee gives himself over to the Lord and depends on His grace, this is the only thing which can make it possible. The Lord's grace, the Lord's mercy, the Lord's blessings, the Lord being pleased with the devotee. Only then things can happen in that field of spirituality. When a devotee gives himself over to the Lord and depends on His grace, the reward that comes to him is abundantly great. Without Lord's grace, nothing is possible. So again, Sri Krishna has further emphasized on this fact. You may do whatever you want. You can get some benefit on the spiritual path by studying Vedas, by performing sacrifices, doing Yajnas, or by giving gifts, by dāna, or by doing austerities, ugra tapaha, like those the rishis and munis and enlightened souls of the yore, of the ancient times. Or you may perform so many puja, do this puja, that puja, try to please this god, that goddess. None of these things are going to be of any help in seeking you the ultimate vision of the Vishwarupa. of the universal form, the cosmic form of the Lord. So the Krishna's message is very simple and very clear. There is no ambiguity in his message. He has told us what is required to have that wonderful moment of seeing the universal form of the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swamiji.